All right, we are live 5x5. Let's see what I got going on here. There I am. All right. I have not used this StreamYard in a while. There's a reason for it. I don't like it very much, but we'll get by there. Hello, Homestead Wench. How are you? Good to see you. We're going to be talking tonight about, we're going to review a little bit more of the match that I just shot a couple weeks ago out in Arizona. And we are going to maybe watch some video from that. We're going to talk about how I'm going to be preparing for the match coming up in the near next week in Texas. And we'll talk about some other stuff too. There's some really cool stuff going on, and we'll see how that works out. I need to, let's see. All right. And I just need to get a link going for YouTube land, or actually not YouTube land, but go over to the Discord and post that up. So Homestead Wench, I think I've talked to you a little bit, but I'm not sure what the context was. If you could remind me, that would be awesome. While I'm getting ready, I'm running a little behind today. I've been basically behind all day, so I do apologize. All right. Also using Streamlabs tonight, which I don't normally do. Oh, you're in Potatoes channel. Awesome. Very good. Very good. And you are homesteading somewhere, I take it? There we go. Yeah, I was actually kind of hoping Potato would swing by. Oh, you're not homesteading just yet. Okay, that's fine. All right, so now I've got to, I got a bunch of stuff going on here. I've got some video from Superstition. We're going to try and throw that up here. We own our home and you have a garden. That's good. Owning your home is very rare these days. I don't know how many people realize that, but it's actually really obscenely rare for people to actually own their own home. And most of the time they're just making payments on it, which honestly I don't actually have a problem with. And I think that for the most part, it's probably a better plan for most people, honestly, when I think about it. So I'm going to move this over here so I can see it and start previewing stuff. There we go. All right, guys, we are going to be talking tonight about, we're going to continue talking about the match that I shot about a week or so ago out in Texas, or pardon me, in Arizona. I'm back in Tennessee, and we're going to, I'm going to be I'm basically going to be showing some video, and we're going to talk about some of the stages I shot and how that went for me. For the most part, most of my stuff was pretty good, pretty clean. But we got to got a lot to kind of go over here. So I'm just kind of going through the video now, and and so get it queuing up some stuff, because there's actually a couple of really pretty decent stages here going on. And we're just going to queue this up. Now, this was stage 2, or pardon me, 3. I shot it. I think it was stage 3. I've got 2 views. I've got one view from my hack cam, which is one we're going to look at first. And then I believe I have it from the gun cam as well. Thanks, sir. And we'll just watch this really quickly now, and I'll explain kind of what's going on as things go on. So let me go over here and do that. So here we go. Wait, I gotta make sure we have audio with that. Let me back that out of there. Your husband takes great care of you, and you're a stay-at-home mom. Well, that is very good. So that's awesome. All right, now we've got it. Here we go. So this is what we're going to see here. Is this is even though this looks like I do okay, I don't. So see if I can. We'll get this going on here. All right, so let me go ahead and hit the play button, and away we go.
Which one do you want to stage first?
I'm gonna stage. I'm gonna stage the rifle over here.
I'll hold your shotgun.
Thanks, sir.
Make ready.
Yep. Have to ask.
Now, so what's going on here is we have to start. You see this dummy here. We have to start basically kind of holding on to the dummy. And then the stage name is called Stop and Frisk. And then you have to then move to your rifle or your shotgun, depending on how you're going to start. Now, I actually ran this pretty smoothly. And had I not missed a couple of targets, it would have been a great stage overall. Here we go.
Are you ready? Stand by.
I choose to shoot offhand here instead of bracing against the wall.
Head, 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 head.
That's really smooth. So that's a really smooth. That was 1 for 1 offhand. That's about 50 or 60 yards at 6-inch plates. That's pretty good. That's not bad. As a matter of fact, the RO has something to say about it later. Throw the gun away. All right, here we go. One more time. Now, I actually missed 2 targets there. This comes back to haunt me in a minute. How long have I been training? I've been a competitive shooter for about 10 or 15 years, since 2012. And so I'm standing here done. And the RO's like, rifle? Are you going to shoot your
I already
rifle?
shot the rifle. Shot the rifle first.
My bad.
Shot his rifle.
Okay. 64-17.
64-17.
Go ahead and show me. Hammer down.
It's getting late.
You got a flag on you? All right, muzzle up.
Yes, sir.
All right, rifles clear. Those are the ones you were hunting for.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Yeah, I missed 2.
64.
I
was
was
bad.
looking for them.
I think my brain's been hot all day and it's finally starting to cool down and it's like, wait a second, what the fuck?
You're like, is this guy ever going to shoot his rifle?
Yeah. Well,
But did you die? It's just a reminder to myself.
well, no, you know why it dawned on me? Because I was going to congratulate you on the offhand work. That was pretty slick, man.
Oh, thank you. In my monthly match, I shoot out to about.
So this is that's a pretty good stage there, right? So the offhand work at that was really good, and so that's an example of what to do. Now let me see if I can find an example of where I just absolutely train wrecked. It won't be hard, to be honest with you. Let's see what we got here. I don't know what that is. All right, so let's close that out. All right. Give me a second, guys. This is I got to find the footage. Unfortunately, I didn't have any of this stuff like preemptively staged. Yes, this is a good one. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're in an armored vehicle, and I'm shooting out of the armored vehicle. So let me share this again. And there we go. So it's in the bucket. So we'll just leisurely watch this. Missing 2 is good in comparison to most people. But I'm trying to play it the sharp end of the stick. But thank you for saying that, you said Winch.
The dance of the.
So 2 guns there, rifle and a shotgun. You see that massive muzzle brake there? That's very key.
Sam's in the hole. Last shooter. I didn't know it was a double at the time.
Go with him. Going with him.
Take your shotgun. Do you have your flag?
He does have.
Okay. Over
I'm
here.
not sure which camera this is.
He can do either or. Yep.
All right. I did not know that. I thought that was just a gun.
What's up, OG? How you doing, man? We're watching some game footage from the last match, and we're going to talk about what I learned from the last match going into the match
Yeah,
for
I
the
think
next
there was only like 5 or 6.
the next time. Which I'll be
Can take it now or
I'm
I
going
hand
to
it to
be
you.
in the I'll leave, I think, next Thursday
Thank you, sir.
to go to Texas.
Gentleman out of Scholar once again.
All right, so I got to start here with this on the X.
are you ready? Yep. Stand by.
Ow! Right in the noggin.
I stood up into the top of the armored car.
Hey! Hey! Hey!
I believe this is the gun cam. We'll find out in a second. And this is from a camera attached underneath the barrel of the gun. Yeah. All right. So that's enough of that video because it just stays in there the rest of the match or the rest of that stage anyway. So now let's see if we can get. Let's see if we can get the hack cam from this video. I guess not. Where's my hack? Oh, that I know why. It ought to all be here, but it's not because it's on the. We'll do that. Is that a chest rate? No, that's mounted on the gun. That's actually mounted on the gun itself. Let's see if I can get another really good video here. I think I do have one where I have it mounted on my chest, but which is just a magnet. But unfortunately, the other video is the other video is on a different camera, and that I think is on my other computer. So I don't have that video here. I don't think. We'll check and see. I don't think I do though. But yeah, this video is from the gun mounted camera, which is sick, right? Because most people they say they've never seen a gun mounted camera. But I had a gun mounted camera. That may be all the usable footage that I really have. All right, that's enough video of that anyway. All right, so basically one of the things I learned going out and doing Superstition, the weaknesses in my game, which we unfortunately don't get to see here because I only have the rifle footage and I don't have any of the rest of it just handy right now. I'll maybe do that this weekend. I'll get it off of the Insta camera, and I may have it on my phone, but I don't know what I don't know what I've got going on there. But at any rate, so a couple of things I learned in this at Superstition, since I haven't actually shot a match in about 2.5 years. And, we talked about that before I flew out there. We've talked about it a little bit last week after I got back. And then, of course, I went on vacation. And I had a lot of time to think while I was on vacation about what was going on. Seems like the gun mount would be added weight and possibly interfere with handling. Nah, not really. Gun's already heavy. And I don't even notice the gun cam at all. But it's a very small camera. It's meant to be worn base. I wear it on my hat a lot of the times. I should go into the gear that I use at some point and just, kind of do a show and tell. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow or the next day. So basically the way it breaks down is this. I shoot about one major match a month for the rest of the season. The next match normally would fall about 3 weeks from the match I just shot last week. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. The way it's going to work out this time is that I'm going to be basically I got back last week. I got on a plane Thursday, went to Florida, or Friday morning, went to Florida, got back yesterday, did a show today, all of that kind of stuff. And I'm going to be getting on a plane next Thursday to go to Texas, and I'll have my 5-year-old son with me while I'm in Texas shooting that match. So I'm going to have a little bit of extra stress on me. Now, normally I have more time between the matches. This time I don't. Let's talk about what I need to get done between now and then. And one of the things that we're going to look at here in just 1 second, let me clear my screen here, because this is important. One of the things that is important is that we have have I considered organizing us? I used to be a match director, actually, and so that was a really big deal for me. So I'm going to shoot the Texas 3-Gun Championship, and I'm going to actually show you some of the stages. They're really nice about putting the stages out before they actually put the stages out online before that we actually have to get into before we get there. So they've only put up 2 of the I think 10 or 11 stages, but this is what I'm going to be doing next week. So let me share this screen and we'll watch what the stages for so I was in the desert last week, 106 degrees, no humidity, dry as fuck, just baking the whole time, and just, it wasn't miserable, but I mean, it was kind of miserable. So check this out. This is a stage. This is a match I'm going to shoot next weekend.
Hey, it's Aaron with the Magpul Texas 3-Gun Championship. Got another stage preview for you today. This is a 3-gun stage sponsored by IWI. They're a new sponsor for the match this year, and we're super psyched to have them on board. So you're going to start seated in a chair at the campfire. On the beat, you're going to shoot 3 rifle steel. Get up. We got some rifle leaders here. Move up to the barrels. We've got 6 steel out to about 100 yards. Must be shot standing, unsupported. Ditch your rifle. Draw your shotgun. We've got 16 total knockdown steels for shotgun along this little bank. 2 poppers. That popper throws 2 clays. Ditch your shotgun. Draw your pistol or draw your PCC from this barrel, and we've got 2 paper. 2 paper. This is a runner, y'all. 2 paper. We've got 12 white static steel out across the creek that you can see from varying points. A couple paper. This final paper is going to be obscured by a banner, so you have to come all the way to here. We will see you soon.
All right, so let's break this down a little bit, okay? And what he says.
It's Aaron with the Magpul Texas 3-Gun Championship.
This is my friend Aaron Hayes. He is a genius gunsmith. So right out of the gate, we're going to be starting seated at a campfire. Then you're going to have to jump up, get your rifle.
3-gun stage sponsored by IWI. They're a new sponsor for the match this year, and we're super psyched to have them on board. So you're going to start seated in a chair at the campfire.
Seated in a chair at the campfire. What's up, So Loud? I see you there. I used to actually live in North Carolina for a while, over near Charlotte. So there you go. So seated in a chair by the campfire.
You're going to shoot 3 rifle steel. Get up.
3 rifle steel there.
Rifle leaders here.
And you're going to run and shoot these paper. Now there's 2 more paper over here.
Steel.
And then there's steel that we can't see out there. There's 6 rifle steel out there.
Ditch your rifle. Draw your shotgun.
Now, what he just said there is very important. So I'm going to have to shoot that rifle steel out to about 100 yards, standing offhand, unsupported, and then dump the rifle in the barrel. So it's going to be shoot the 3 targets to start, the 3 steel to start with, shoot paper on the run, stop, engage the 3 targets out to 100 yards, standing offhand, dump the rifle, and then we're going to pick up the shotgun. And here we go.
We've got 16 total knockdown steels for shotgun along this little bank. 2 poppers. That popper throws 2.
So what he's saying there is there's 16 total knockdown steel plus 2 poppers. That's 18 targets plus 2 clays. That's 20 birdshot targets that I'm going to have to use my shotgun for. My shotgun holds 12 fully loaded. So I'm going to start with 9. I'm going to immediately load 4. That'll be a total of 13 in the gun. Then as I cruise down through there, I'm going to get this as much of the steel as I can. As I walk, I'm going to load 8 to 9 more in the gun. And I'm going to take the rest of the steel and try not to have to do a standing reload down there at those poppers, but we'll see. So that's a lot of shotgun. And if you look at this, let's take a look at this. This is not a lot of room, guys. This is, let's watch this.
Shotgun. We've got 16 total knockdown steals.
It's just a
Shotgun
walk,
along this little bank.
and there's not really a good place where you're walking but not shooting. So there won't be a good place where where I'm gonna have a good opportunity just to sit there and load the shotgun. So this is gonna be tough, and it's gonna be interesting. So then we're gonna throw the shotgun away.
That popper throws 2 clays. Ditch your shotgun. Draw your pistol or draw your PCC from this barrel, and we've got 2 paper. 2 paper. This is a runner, y'all. 2 paper.
All right. So you notice all those white plates on the other side of that creek or pond or whatever that is there on the other side of the water. That looks to be about 15 to 20 yards. Let's listen.
Paper. We've got 12.
12 steel targets out across the water that I'm gonna have to engage with pistol. Looks to be somewhere in that 15 to 20 yard range. They're big targets, so they won't be that hard, but this is going to be challenging. This is going to be real challenging. And this has me wondering if I should change my division from tactical to modified so that I can use a red dot on my pistol. This single stage has me guessing, but I'm really good with iron sight, so I think I'm going to be okay. And I think I'll just shoot tactical and be done with it.
Static steel out across the creek that you can see from varying points. A couple paper. This final paper is going to be obscured by a banner, so you have to come all the way to here. We will see you soon.
All right, so
it's Aaron with the mag.
So that's one of the stages, right? So that's what I'm going to be doing. So when we look at this, as I've broken it down to you, I'm thinking in terms of movement, where I can reload, what I'm doing, what positioning I need to have. Probably what I'm going to do is as soon as I pick up my shotgun, I'm going to engage as much of the steel as I can, and then I'm going to load as I move to a second position, and I'm going to engage the rest of the steel from that position. It looks like I can do that, and it looks like it won't be hard shots. I'm probably going to have to choke up. I'll probably run a mod or light mod choke, and that'll be that. Now, we have another stage that he has put up. Now, they will eventually put all of the stages up. They'll have videos of all the stages up before I leave next week. So we'll be continuing to talk about this over the next week. But this is what we're going to be. It's a good time, guys. It's a lot of fun, and now we're going to get into this again. So let me add this to the stage, and here we go. This is another stage we're going to be doing. This is again. My buddy Aaron.
Texas 3-Gun Championship. We've got another stage video preview today. This is shotgun and rifle. This stage is sponsored by Briley. So we've got 13. We're going to start here. We're about to put a stick down. We've got 13 steel knockdowns that are birdshot targets, left and right. Move along the path. We've also got a Red Stitch Mini Star with the small plates. So aim. Don't forget to aim at that one. Then we've got a Red Stitch Spinner, 2 poppers, and 2 clay kickers. This is 22 total birdshot.
22
shotgun in this
total
barrel.
birdshot.
Your rifle will be slung on your back. So we've got a few steps here for you to have enough room to unsling, get your rifle loaded. And then we've got 8 rifle targets. Everybody said that they want long range this year, so we're doing it. We've got 8 targets from 100 to 625 yards. Don't worry, the far one is big, so should be no problems. We'll see you soon.
All right, so let's walk back through this, okay? All right, so this is a good time. By the way, if anybody came here tonight looking for political discussion or me bashing on somebody or talking about anything like that, I'm sorry. That's not the night for it. Tonight is the night that we're talking. It's gun prattle. We're going to be prattling about guns. I'm going to talk about the guns. Next up, we're going to talk about the very guns that I'm going to choose to take with me. And tomorrow I'll be on the range evaluating which guns I take with me because he just said 625 yard shot. So that changes a man right there. So let's listen to this again. Now let's start with that we know we have 22 birdshot targets. We have 13 of these falling steel here. Whoop, wrong button.
Hey, it's Aaron with the Magpul Texas 3-Gun Championship. We've got another
Shotgun reloading
stage
is a
video
key.
preview today. This is shotgun and rifle. This stage is sponsored by Briley. So we've got 13. We're going to start here. We're about to put a stick down. We've got 13 steel knockdowns that are birdshot targets, left and right. Move along the path.
There's time
We've
to
also got a
reload
Red
there.
Stitch Mini Star with the small plates. So aim. Don't forget to aim at that one. Then we've got a Red Stitch spinner, 2 poppers, and 2 clay kickers. This is 22 total birdshot. You're going to ditch your shotgun in this barrel. Your rifle will be slung on your back. So we've got...
All right, so that's actually a really straightforward stage. I like it. There's nothing tricky about it. You just load your shot. You know, the buzzer goes off. You take a couple of steps. You clear all the shotgun on one side. You load. You clear all the shotgun on the next side. You take a few steps. You've got that star over there. You load on the walk and shoot that. You have 2 steps more to the barrel. You load while you're taking those 2 steps. You take up and you get you clear the rest of that shotgun. You dump the shotgun, and now you're off to the races to the rifle. And you've got plenty of time here to get the rifle unslung, get a mag in it, get it charged, have your optics set up and ready to go as we come into this position right here.
A few steps here for you to have enough room to unsling, get your rifle loaded. And then we've got 8 rifle targets. Everybody said that they want long range this year, so we're doing it. We've got 8 targets from 100 to 625 yards. Don't worry, the far one is big, so should be no problems. We'll see you soon.
So that's 8 targets from 100 to 625 yards. So 625, not a big deal. I will probably hand load some rounds for this specific shot this week. Maybe not. I'm going to the range tomorrow to figure out which rifle I'm taking. I think I've got it, but you know, we'll see. We'll see what rifle I'm going to take. This is an interesting stage. As you see here, I'm just going to back this up. I'm not going to go all the way back to the front. As you see, as we come into this, there's nothing there for you to support on except for that tree. Now, I'm thinking probably that I'm going to go prone and shoot off the magazine and just do it that way, or I'll do a reverse kneel in the sling up in a reverse kneel and just basically kind of shoot almost offhand. So that's 2 of the stages for next week's match, and it's going to be rad. I'm telling you, this is going to be so much fun. Now they've only given us 2 stages so far. They've only given us video of 2 stages. We know this. It's Texas. Everything's big there. They go big. They go hard, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Now, if there's something going on, you know, if there's a lot of strategy that goes into this, right? There's a lot of people who are going to come into this and really struggle with long range, where I need to go in and I just need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or actually what I will normally do is I will go farthest first and work my way back so I can accelerate through the shots and not slow down through the shots. So once I get that first far one, it's an acceleration through to the end rather than getting that first target and then, you know, working my way out. I prefer to work far to near, not near to far. That's just the way I like to do it. Now, let's talk about gear. Let's talk about equipment that I'm taking that I know I'm going to take, right? Obviously, all the belt gear, you've seen it, you know what it is. I'm going to take pistol mags. This looks like 5 mags should be about right for the total number. It looks like probably I'm going to take a chest rig, a 12, and an 8 shotgun shell caddy just to be cool. And I may take 2 pistols with me. I'm struggling right now. I might take my SIG as a backup in case I decide to move into modified where I can run the optic on the pistol. I just don't know that I'm going to need the optic on the pistol, but a couple of the things I've seen, it looks like we're going to have pretty far pistol targets. And even though I do pretty well with far pistol, it would be a lot better, honestly, if I did have a red dot on the pistol. Now, I'm going to definitely be taking my Bull 2011 SRS. It worked perfect as Superstition. The only reason that I missed was I missed, not the gun. The gun worked perfectly. I'm taking the Beretta 1301 again. It is the perfect shotgun for this. I will be cleaning it, and I will be practicing loading. My loading has sucked lately. I did get better at Superstition, so I don't think loading is going to be a huge factor for me here. I actually think that I should, in this match, I should place mid-pack or slightly better. And I'm going to say that the long range is going to separate me from the mid-pack. I might be at the sharper end of the stick based on the fact that I normally shoot 430, 450 yards plus, and I'm not afraid of a 625-yard shot. I've done 675-yard first round hits with the rifle I'm taking, or one of the rifles I'm taking, and so that's all good. That's no problem for me. Now, ammo wise, I've already sent. I've actually ordered pistol ammo to be delivered. I don't normally do that, but it was a good deal, and it's weight that I don't have to put in my bag, so I have room for extra other ammo. For the rifle, I have two rifles that I'm choosing from right now. They're my standard rifles. One is they're basically carbon copies of each other. One is an 18-inch black hole weaponry barrel in a head down firearms matched upper and lower receiver set. Now, head down firearms doesn't exist anymore, but those upper and lower receiver sets were made by Stubborn Mule, who makes the receiver sets for Noveski and always has. So they're badass upper and lower receivers. They work great. So that's that gun's dialed in. JP Bolt Carrier Group. I forget which buffer setup I have in it, but it's very soft shooting, very fast, very. I believe I have Elfman triggers in both. One of them might be the Timney, but I believe they're both Elfman. Elfman's the only trigger that I haven't outrun besides the Daniel Horner Timney trigger. And what else? It's just a good. The rifle I'm most likely to take is a very good rifle. It has a 1-8 Night Force on it. I'm probably going to take that rifle. The alternative rifle is the exact same rifle. However, it has an Athlon 1-10 instead of the Night Force 1-8. And the optic might be a factor for me in this match. We'll see. I'm going to take both to the range tomorrow. I'm going to shoot them both, see where their zero's at, and I'll make a determination there. The question that I have right now is the ability with the Night Force, the way the reticle is, if I can hit small targets far away, or if it's going to be a problem. It never has been, but recently, just the way I've been less fond of the reticle. The Athlon has a finer reticle. The rest of the stuff is just normal stuff. I'm just, it's going to be great. It's going to be a great time. Now I'm taking my 5-year-old son with me this time. My wife has to stay with her mother. Her mother is undergoing a procedure and will be in the hospital over. I don't know if she's in the hospital overnight or if she is I don't know. I don't know what the deal is there, but my wife is having to stay with her for a couple of days. And so, the little guy's got to go somewhere. So he's coming with me. So a 5-year-old going to a badass match in Texas. He's going to come back a changed man. We all know that, because it's Texas. And it's going to be awesome. It's unfortunate that you folks can't come along and join in with me, but hey, man, it is what it is. And I can't wait to shoot this match. It's going to be awesome. And it's just going to be amazing. The whole thing is going to be ridiculous. So, but if anybody has any questions, I'm absolutely open to answering anything you have to ask. And, I'll certainly, I'll help you out as much as I can, understand what's going on here. Unfortunately, I don't have the rest of the video from the match I just shot. It's on a different format. So I for whatever reason, just stupidly didn't upload it to the hard drive. So. I see Mr. 13 made it in. So Loud is in the house. Smoking Spaceman made it in. That's cool. Yes, and again, I used to be a match director locally, and I used to really help a lot of first-time shooters when they would come out. It's a lot of shot shell carrying. Yeah, so my typical, when I start a stage, this is actually this is one of the things that I think that you just, it's until you do it, it's hard to really understand. But when I start a stage, I typically have 4 fully loaded 23 round pistol mags. So I have almost 100 rounds of 9mm on my body, right? Plus the pistol, plus a fully loaded 36 round AR magazine, plus the belt itself. The belt itself is not light. Then if it's a shotgun heavy stage, I'll have 24 rounds of 12 gauge on my chest in a chest rig, and then I'll have either 8 or 12 rounds of 12 gauge on my belt in caddies. Plus in the gun, I load, again, the way the rules work, I can load 9 at the start, 8 plus 1. So I have the shotgun's loaded with 9 rounds of shotgun, and the rifle typically has a 36 round magazine in it. And, so if I start the stage with shotgun and a slung rifle like this stage, that means I'm carrying a slung rifle, at least 2 36 round AR magazines, 4 23 round pistol magazines, a pistol with a magazine in it. So that's 100 rounds of 9mm total. Probably total 12 gauge, you're looking at 32 rounds in caddies plus another 9 in the gun. So that's 41 rounds of 12 gauge on me that I'm carrying. Right. So that's, it's a lot of weight. It's a lot of weight. So, it just is what it is, and on shotgun heavy stages like these two that I showed you, where you're going to, so if it's 22 rounds of shotgun, I plan to shoot 30 rounds of shotgun because I might miss. I hope I don't, but I might. And sometimes you'll hit a popper wrong and it won't fall. So you've got to double up on that thing. And, sometimes if you're shooting a spinner should go in 3 shotgun shells, but sometimes it might take 5 or 6. So when I start, I have all of this stuff on me and hope it's enough. Right? That's a lot of weight. Yes, it's a lot of weight. It's a lot of weight. It's a lot of gear. So, but and I run like this. Like I'm not walking. I'm running with this amount of weight on me. So that's why I had to lose. That's one of the reasons that I lost so much weight in preparation for this season, is because with the way that I hurt myself is I was about 15 pounds heavier than I am today, maybe 10. And I had I had all of the gear on, and I went down, and I went down. Well, actually, and I may have been. Yeah, I don't think I was wearing armor, but I hurt that's how I tore my knee and hip up to start with. If I'm doing an armored division, it'll be all the same weight plus plates and a plate carrier. That matter of fact, that plate carrier right there, which is another 20 pounds, 21 pounds, something like that. So it's a good time, man. It's a good time. I look a lot better than a year ago. Yeah, I mean, I had to. I knew that I was going to do this year, and so I started dropping a lot of the weight because I knew that going into getting back into this, the risk of hurting yourself while doing this, especially if you're carrying all the weight and you're carrying extra weight because I'm still probably 10 pounds, 15 pounds away from where I need to be. And, I mean, you're carrying like 30 pounds of gear. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. You can get hurt. And you wear a lot of protective gear as well. So just, I have elbow pads on. I have sleeves with elbow pads in them, like soccer players wear. I wear, sometimes I'll wear knee pads because, may have to get into a kneeling position or slide across gravel. And I'm telling you, man, you only do it one time where you think that you're just going to run in position and just drop to a knee. But what ends up happening is you end up running into the position and you slide in and you just tear the crap out of your knee. You only do it one time and you're like, nope, this sucks. I'm not doing that again. This is terrible. So that's a big deal. The actual show is not on Kick. I don't know why I have that banner running. That's crazy. Gun Prattle TV will be there. Yeah, gunprattle.tv is I can't get Kick to work properly. I want to, but Kick hates me. So any other questions, guys? What's up? What do you got? Help me out here. Help me out. I mean, I find this stuff interesting. I can talk about it all night. Nothing? All right. Well, that's okay. That's okay. I could actually shoot a division called 2x4, which is where I would use a PCC for the longer pistol shots, but then it ends up just being that I end up shooting PCC all the time, pistol caliber carbine and not pistol, which is kind of gay. So, kind of gay. The long range looks challenging after carrying all that. Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, you notice that they put the long range, they put the long range at the end of the long run, right? And after you've gotten your heart rate up by shooting all of this other stuff. So that's the point, right? Is you have to, you're coming into it. Now, this is actually something that's really interesting. It's unfortunate there aren't more people here to hear this, but I talked to a friend of mine who's an Olympic athlete. She shot biathlon where you ski and then you ski like 2 kilometers or whatever, and then you have to shoot, and then you go ski another course for another kilometer or whatever, and then you shoot again. And it's very precision shooting, right? So one of the things that she told me, and I found that is absolutely true is it all has the more you want that elevated heart rate, because when your heart is when you've got a slow heart rate, you can watch it move the gun, and it's enough to actually move the gun off target a lot of the times. Whereas if I come into a position and my heart rate's, like 115, 120, 130, then it's like, so it's like your heart's like do 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 do. Okay, that's cool. But if it's do 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 do, and it's a smaller bump, right? And much shorter frequency. So the amplitude and the frequency is better at a higher heart rate. You would think the opposite, but you actually have a higher percentage chance of hitting your target with that higher heart rate than you do the lower one. And there used to be this whole thing, you read about it in books that are very esoteric about combat, about how they could find the dip in the heartbeat, and that's where they pulled the trigger. I mean, that's cool. That's a great thing. I haven't been able to do that. I used to just have to time the sway of the gun, right? Especially on a bipod, and your heart rate's beating, and you're just like, you're timing it and hope you get it right. Whereas when my heart rate's high, it flattens that out, and I actually have less chance of missing. But but I want to come in at a various, and I forget what it is. I actually probably have to go out and figure that out this week. But 625 yards is a challenging shot. That requires knowing your ammo. That requires knowing your basically you have to be good with your rifle. You have to know that rifle. So I have two rifles that I know I can make the shot with, and I'm just going to go pick the one I want to shoot this coming weekend. I can't take them both with me. So, I just need the more reliable, better rifle for this coming weekend. And then I'll put for next weekend, I'll put new batteries in it. It'll be awesome. And we'll have a lot of stuff go on. It'll be great. So, but yeah, the whole thing is challenging. The game that I play is meant to be challenging. It's meant to be hard. It's meant to get you tired. It's meant to get you winded. It's meant to, create some aches and pains. It's meant to do all of that. So, but yeah, that's where it's at. So if you guys are just joining us, I've been talking about the match that I'm getting ready to shoot in Texas. It's the Texas 3-Gun Championship, hosted by Magpul. We have a lot of sponsors for this match. I have no illusions about me being at the sharp end of the stick. I'm still getting back into it. I'm not in any way, shape, and or form at the top level yet. I did not do well in Arizona. Let's just talk about my performance in Arizona. The biggest problem I had was being overconfident and running by targets and not really taking time to put together a very good stage plan. And because that match is a lot like a USPSA match, where they hide targets, where they want you to go into position, they want you to do this, they want you to do that, and I'm gaming everything out, and I expect to be able to game the stage. It's a difference in philosophies that I very arrogantly decided that this is my gaming. It was better than their gaming it, I guess, or they're not gaming it. So I didn't do well. I could have been, I was mid pack after the first day. The second day, I was still mid pack. I could have finished a little better than mid pack. On the last day, I had 2 stages set to shoot, and I tanked both of them. I absolutely was slow. I ran by targets, didn't shoot at them, and I had a ton of penalties where I ought not have. And I soaked up the penalties like it was my job. And that is not the way that you do well in matches. So even though I was mid pack the first 2 days, my performance on that last day dropped me to in the lower tier. I was in the lower third. And I haven't been there for a while, to be honest with you. Again, a little bit overconfident, a little bit, it's a different game. I know it's a different game, and I just didn't embrace that game. Texas, I expect a little bit better performance. It plays to my strengths, and I've shot the match before. Last time I shot this match was in, I believe, 2018, maybe 2017. Somewhere along in there. I forget when was the last time I shot the Texas State Championship. I can look. Let us see. But in any case, regardless of when last time I shot it, I was about mid-pack. And I did okay, but not great. I did okay. And so, we'll figure it out. Anybody has any questions or want to try and understand something? I am certainly happy to talk to you about that. So let's see. Yeah, probably it might have been. Well, I registered last year, but I didn't get to shoot it. So that's no good. I also registered in 2024, but I don't think I got to shoot it. I know I didn't. And let's see. I mean, I register for it every year. I never get a chance to shoot it. So I think the last time I shot it was in probably 2017, 2018. Oh, nope. Is that? This might have been it in 2022. So been a while since I've shot the match, and it is at a different facility this time. I haven't been to it. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a great match. I'm going to have a good time. So it's interesting. I was really expecting a lot more questions and comments, but I guess not. 13 has been asking good questions, though. I really wish they would post some more stages for today. Any questions, comments, criticisms? Want to make fun of me? whatever. But yeah, the long range is the Texas match is very cool because it's mostly natural terrain matches, so or stages, so you're not shooting just in bays, and it's just crazy. What's up, Raging Patriot? How are you? Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Raging Patriot. Appreciate that. Guys, by the way, if you're watching this on the An Unreasonable Man channel, please go to Gun Prattle. I'll throw out the link here. Go to Gun Prattle and sub up and watch the watch the show from there. It's I'm trying to build this channel. It's very important to do that. What did he call the Texas Stars? Those are they were mini stars made by Red Stitch targets. So Red Stitch targets. If you guys are watching this on An Unreasonable Man, I am eventually going to stop splitting it between the two, but for now it would be really awesome if we could get get the build the Gun Prattle station up. Let's see, is this it? We got video. All right. Yeah, Coolio, appreciate the subs, guys. Appreciate the subs. But yeah, it's I guess we're just about done prattling about guns. Let me see if Clover Tack is over on Discord and wants to come in and prattle for a little while. What's up, Jonathan? Random question, but is keeping firearm loaded with a round in chamber bad for the firearm over an extended period of time? No. Not usually. It depends, obviously, on the firearm, but I don't know. First of all, we'd have to define what an extended period of time is. But so, what's up, Uncle Guns? How are you? Good to see you out there. If you're talking about, like, if you take a semi-auto and you, like a 1911, and you put that, you chamber around and put that on safe and leave it in a drawer for 10 years, it's probably still going to fire at the end of 10 years. The way that assuming that it's modern springs, the metallurgy, we got the metallurgy down. I mean, I wouldn't see any problem. I know that Magpul has, at one point in time, they had magazines that had been loaded for like 10 years and they still ran fine. Like a lot of people replace their Magpul magazines every year. And I think I'm on like my 10th year with the same two. I only take 2 Magpul magazines with me. It's crazy, right? That's the way it is. Who has a good layaway gun program? I don't know. I've never laid away a gun. That would be weird for me, but Walmart maybe? I don't know. I've never considered that question. I do think that now more and more people, because the price of guns has just gotten ridiculous, I think that most gun shops will do that. So can cause crimp jump. Never heard of that, but I'll look it up. The problem is I never keep guns loaded that long because I shoot them all the time. That's what I do. I shoot them all the time. Yeah, local sporting goods stores, maybe. You have an Enfield 303 magazine has been sitting loaded for longer than my life, and it has no issue. I mean, yeah, bet. I mean, that's probably really, really true. That's probably absolutely a real thing, because I've kind of heard the same thing. That's probably like one of the realest things ever. I don't know, man. I know a guy who had a 1911 sitting in his like nightstand for 10 years, and it worked perfect. I mean, it was no problem at all. So great. So good. I'm trying to get Clover Tack to get over here. I don't shoot like I should, but I have some various different guns in my safe just sitting there with a round interchamber. Now, here's the deal. I don't generally have loaded guns in my safe or my gun cabinets, or actually, I have a thing. I know this is going to sound weird, but I have a thing about I don't keep loaded guns just laying around. There's a couple of reasons for that. The first is that it will never fail that some moron is going to pull the gun out of a case, point it at the roof or point it at a car in the garage or something like that, and they're going to pull the trigger and it's going to go off. And actually, we just saw this happen in I think it was California in the Bay Area. Some nut job actually shot his child in the chest, grazed his chest, while he pulled his AR out of the safe and out of its gun case and just pulled the trigger without clearing it, and ended up shooting his own kid. So the way I work things, I don't know about anybody else. Now, I don't judge other people who keep loaded. Like I had a friend of mine who kept loaded guns all over his house, but he was single and he lived out in the middle of nowhere. So, I mean, having a loaded gun handy is probably a really good idea. Me personally, I have a loaded rifle at hand, usually somewhere near me. And I have usually have my carry gun on me and it's loaded, but even that one, I will unload it. If I take the gun off of me, I tend to unload it and put it away, and I just change guns or whatever. So that's an interesting deal. Smoking Spaceman, I know that I know for a fact that Magpul had like 10-year-old poly mags or older that they had stored, they just loaded up all the way full and had no problems. You're single and live in Florida, Jonathan? I mean, that's fair. When I was single, I had shit laying around all the time, but I think that I just have a weirdness about me, that I just don't leave guns loaded, just kind of laying around. Because what'll end up happening, without a doubt, is somebody will pick that gun up and point it at the ground or something and blow a hole in the floor or something like that. And, it's just, I just wouldn't do it. Now, if you're talking about, your safe, your everyday carry or whatever, that's a different thing. And now I'm also one of those that I rotate out daily carries a lot. I'm carrying the SIG P320 fuse a lot. I also carry the CZ P10C, which I consider one of the best CCW guns that you can put down your pants. I like the so I mean I go through carry guns, and I'll carry appendix, I'll carry 3 o'clock, I'll carry 5 o'clock, I'll carry I have shoulder holsters, it just depends on it's a toolbox. You just pull out what you need and move on. So so I don't have, I guess I don't have a good answer for you, Jonathan, because based on my experience. But now when I know for a fact that I've got 1911 mags have been loaded for like fucking ever, and they'll still work. The question is, what wears springs out is not just being compressed and staying compressed. It's the loading and unloading and that change that causes them to have a problem. So the P10C is it's what Glock always wanted to be and never quite got there. So I'm not saying that if your Mini 14 is using Magpul mags, you're good to go. I don't know about anybody else's. Yeah. Well, I carry the P365 Fuse, and I mean that's a 17 round and 19 round magazine gun. Like it's badass, and it's it's basically I could probably shoot a matter of fact, I may take it and shoot a competition with it. This week I may if I had 2 more mags for it, I would actually use it in competition, and just to see if I can do it, because it does all the things that I need it to do. But I'm gonna take my 2011 badass gun. So yeah, the P10C is really a ridiculous gun, and we have the mighty Clover Tack. What's up, my man?
Hey, buddy.
How you doing?
I'm doing well, dude. Doing well.
So we started out the night watching a little video from my little I've got some problems going on here.
Yeah, I noticed you were on StreamYard.
Yeah, well, earlier today, Talk Studio crashed completely, and it was crazy. Like I don't even know exactly what happened, but
Oh, wow.
something happened, and I was like, you know what, I need to use StreamYard because they billed me $385 for the year to use it, and that annoyed the crap out of me. So I'm in that like, yeah, I need to make this needs to make sense. So let's watch this video again, just so you can have the fun of it too. I think it's this one. Let me see. No, that's not it. Next. How have you been? Busy?
Okay.
Been okay?
Yeah. Last couple days been pretty busy, man. I added that one. I think I talked to you. I added that one gal to help me out with some video stuff, and then now I've done. My son is on board doing some stuff. So
far, so good.
I did not foresee basically starting another business, but apparently it's to that point again.
I will have to talk about that sometime. I'll give you a call. What's my opinion on the Keltec KSG? I mean, I like Keltec. I don't like the KSG just because I don't have a use for it, and I've tried to find a use for it, and I just don't have one.
You have one, right?
I had a KSG. He's talking about the shotgun. I have the RDB, which is I love Keltec. I'm a Keltec. I'm not a fanboy, but I'm a guy that I like me a good Keltec. But I think the reality is
like the company, like the innovation.
Yeah,
just like the guns for the most part.
Right. All right, let's watch this and give me your opinion here. So you can see the stage is set here. If you can see my mouse here, this is a dummy, and you have to see where those X's and tape are. You have to start with your hands there like you're doing the frisk, and then all of a sudden you get attacked. So here we go.
I don't care. I'm going to start with the rifle.
How do you want to stage first?
I'm going to stage the rifle over here. Thanks, sir.
Make ready.
And so this stage actually went pretty well. I missed 2 targets though, and I mean by miss I mean I ran by them. So it goes in there. Then we come back over to the dummy. Assume the position.
Stand by.
This is standing offhand, about 50, 60 yards. Throw the gun away. Now I want you guys to see that I literally threw that gun away. Like I don't even joke about that shit. Look.
Yeah. Thank God for good optics mounts.
just throw that thing away, right? I'm done with that.
Yeah, it's a tool, baby. Just a tool. Sporting equipment. One of the two.
That 1301 just runs, baby. Just runs.
Are all the shotgun poppers basically?
Yeah, all steel. And I knew that there was one left, but I couldn't remember where it was. There were 2 left actually, but I couldn't remember where it was. So this is funny. Watch.
Is that it? I already shot the rifle. Shot the rifle first.
64 go ahead and show me right hammer down. You got a flag ready? All right.
Yes, sir.
He's going to show me the 2 that I missed.
Those are the ones
Was there no handgun there on that?
Yeah, no handgun, just shotgun and rifle.
Wow.
I was looking for them.
That was pretty good shotgun work, really. Just I missed the 2 targets. And the rifle was awesome.
This guy ever going to shoot his rifle? But did you die? Just reminding myself.
That was pretty slick, man.
Oh, thank you. In my monthly match, I shoot out to about 430 offhand.
Bravo.
So that was cool, right?
Yep.
Any thoughts, criticisms?
It looked pretty smooth. I
I
mean,
threw that shotgun away too hard, right?
oh really?
I've perfected the long gun toss.
If you're done with it, you're done with it. You know?
I'm done with it. We're just wasting time at that point. But yeah,
Yep.
that was pretty smooth. I just left some targets, and that's why I was telling people early, just a few minutes ago that. So obviously, I hadn't shot a match in like 2.5 years, not a big match, and so with this match, I knew that I was going to struggle with things. I was trying to identify exactly what they are, and what this specific match is really good about is that it's put on by mostly USPSA people, and they hide targets. You have to go all the way in to get a shot on a target or even see a target. And so you'll just run by them. And that was a good example of my typical penalties where I would just run by a target and just forget where I could see that target from. And then, just get lost in the sauce and move on.
Now, can you
And-
go back, or is there a certain point?
Well,
of
I
no
could have
return?
if I hadn't already abandoned the gun, right? So that's the
Right.
thing. So, and look, I mean, there comes a time, there's a time limit on all this stuff. So you can't just like where it's cool to think, well, and if I had my honestly, if I had my other if I have my other video, which is on my other computer, I could show you where I actually I shoot the shotgun really well. I draw a pistol, I shoot the pistol really well, and then I go to abandon the pistol and I actually put the pistol in the wrong dump bucket, and I had to dive into the bucket, retrieve the pistol, and put it in the correct dump bucket on the is this all on the clock? But they didn't penalize me for it because I fixed it, right?
Right.
And so it was so to there's no problems there.
I'm sitting there and I'm thinking that was Superstition, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking, man, if you could have sent the drone up, because you were all lateral movement there. That would have been an awesome.
Yeah.
Like if you could have got up 15, 16 foot and angled the camera down at about a 45, that'd have been amazing footage.
It's interesting because I could have done well. So I didn't fight it, but right before I went, they changed the rules on the drones and they didn't tell anybody. And so you needed to have let them know that you were going to have a drone, and the Park Service had to approve it, and because they own that property, or they run it. And so the Park Service not only needs, they not only do they have to approve it, you have to have a license and insurance and all this other stuff. And I'm like, well, wait, but I thought about it later and I'm like, wait, I bet you that's for actual commercial drones. But like the drone, they can't be having people on mountain bikes with the little small class drones like I have and you have. They can't be asking those people to have, the insurance and everything for to be doing that. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. And then I realized that the mistake I made when I initiated contact is that I referenced their email about commercial drones rather than saying, hey, I have a small personal drone that is in a weight class that doesn't even require licensing or permits or anything. And I just made it, and I'm sure you know this, it's all in that initial approach. And so when I thought about it, I'm like, what I did is I hosed myself.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. And so, what can you do but cry about it later. Yep. So this is a stage I'm going to be shooting next week. This is in Texas.
Aaron with the Magpul Texas 3-Gun Championship. Got another stage preview for you today. This is a 3-gun stage sponsored by IWI. They're a new sponsor for the match this year, and we're super psyched to have them on board. So you're going to start seated in a chair at the campfire. On the beat, you're going to shoot 3 rifle steel. Get up. We got some rifle leaders here. Move up to the barrels. We've got 6 steel out to about 100 yards. Must be shot standing, unsupported. Ditch your rifle. Draw your shotgun. We've got 16 total knockdown steels for shotgun along this little bank. 2 poppers. That popper throws 2 clays. Ditch your shotgun. Draw your pistol or draw your PCC from this barrel, and we've got 2 paper. 2 paper. This is a runner, y'all. 2 paper. We've got 12 white static steel out across the creek that you can see from varying points. A couple paper. This final paper is going to be obscured by a banner, so you have to come all the way to here. We will see you soon.
So let's analyze what he just said.
3-Gun Championship. Got another stage preview for you today. This is a 3-gun stage sponsored by IWI. They're a new sponsor for the match this year.
The first thing he's going to say is you have to start seated.
You're going to start seated in a chair at the campfire.
In a chair at the campfire.
You're going to shoot 3 rifle steel. Get up.
The 3 rifle steel. Then you have to run.
Here. Move up to the barrels. We've got 6 steel out to about 100 yards. Must be shot standing.
So standing offhand, 6 steel. They look big, and you can see them, which is handy. And then now we got shotgun.
Ditch your rifle. Draw your shotgun. We've got 16 total knockdown steals.
16
Shotgun
total
on this little bank,
knockdowns,
2 poppers.
2
That
poppers,
popper throws 2
and
clays.
2 clays. So that's 20. That's 20 shotgun targets. So my shotgun starts loaded with 9 rounds, one in the chamber, 8 in the tube. I can immediately load 4 more in the tube, which will give me 13 on board. And what I think I can do is just, as I pick the shotgun up, load 4, engage the first set, and probably engage like 8 or 9 steel from that position. And then as I move to the second position, load another.
Top it off.
Run it. Pardon me. Run it full, shoot the rest of the steel, load 4 more, and then shoot the popper and the 2 clays. And that should do it. And that's but I mean that's an actual real challenge. And then you get rid of that shotgun.
Ditch your shotgun
right here.
Draw your
the
pistol or draw your PCC from this barrel, and we've got 2 paper. And
the most important thing, and he doesn't say it until later, but you look at all of these steel, as you just watch as he goes through
2
here.
paper. This is a runner,
looks
y'all.
to me
2
like
paper. We've got
15
11.
to 20 yards, maybe 30 yards steel. So that's going to be exciting, and it could be longer. I shot a match in Texas where we had to shoot 80-yard pistol targets.
Yeah.
So one of the shots I practice regularly is a 50-yard 8-inch plate.
Well, you said you could go pistol or PCC.
Yeah, but I'm not bringing a PCC. I'm in right. Well, I can change division and I can, but right now I'm in tactical, which means that I get a pistol with no dot, so iron sights only, no comps, no nothing, just a standard pistol. It can be raced out, but no dots, no comps.
Right.
My shotgun, there's no limit on tube length, but it can only start with 9 in the gun at the start. And then my rifle, I can have 1 optic on the rifle, and that's it. If I go to modified, I get a red dot on the pistol and a red dot on the shotgun, but I don't know if I pick up capacity in the shotgun, but it doesn't help me enough. The red dot on the pistol, I don't think helps me enough. It might, but I don't know. I'm pretty good with a iron sight pistol. So I think I'm just going to stay in tactical.
Yeah.
Those are not small targets. And so I shouldn't have any problem. I am kind of fucking myself a little bit right out of the gate because I ordered ammo that should be similar to the ammo that I load for the handgun. But let's see.
The white one there, just across that creek, is at least a foot square.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are the orange ones, and the orange one back there is even bigger than it.
Well, that's a rifle target.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Only the white ones are pistol targets.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean they're not small targets, and I think that just depending on where I get them, it'll be something else. So that's one stage. And then, and these guys are going to be loading the stages over the next couple of days. And so here's another one. Obviously I had this. Why do I keep doing it? All right, so start this over. There we go. So Aaron Hayes is Hayes Custom Gun Works.
It's Aaron with the Magpul Texas 3-Gun Championship. We've got another stage video preview today. This is shotgun and rifle. This stage is sponsored by Briley. So we've got 13. We're going to start here. We're about to put a stick down. We've got 13 steel knockdowns that are birdshot targets, left and right. Move along the path. We've also got a Red Stitch Mini Star with the small plates. So aim. Don't forget to aim at that one. Then we've got a Red Stitch spinner, 2 poppers, and 2 clay kickers. This is 22 total birdshot.
22
You're gonna
total.
get your shotgun in this barrel. Your rifle will be slung on your back. So we've got a few steps here for you to have enough room to unsling, get your rifle loaded. And then we've got 8 rifle targets. Everybody said that they want long range this year, so we're doing it. We've got 8 targets from 100 to 625 yards. Don't worry, the far one is big, so should be no problem. We'll see you.
So 100 to 625 yards. And you notice there's no table or anything like I'm hoping that I can go prone and shoot off the magazine, but we'll see.
Ah,
Yeah. I'll just shoot it standing offhand. Why wouldn't I?
Yeah, I'll get 600 yards.
I
Especially
got
if
a
it's
hair on my ass if I don't, right?
especially if it's a big target. If you're talking about a full size IPSC or something at 600, come on, that's doable, totally doable.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't it may change the ammo that I take, but that's about it. So, a matter of fact, I'm going tomorrow to the range to choose which gun I'm going to take for the for this, because I have the gun I want to use. It has the Night Force NX8 1-8 on it, but the reticle it's a little combat-y, right? It's a little thick. And I have that Athlon 1-10 that has a much finer reticle.
Right.
And so if I have to shoot small targets far away, or even like a know your limits with a 1-inch 1 to 6 know your limits at 100 yards, I definitely want the Athlon because it's just a finer dot, and it's hard to it's just hard to make that work with the Night Force. So I'm going tomorrow to see how small a target, because I don't think they're going to have small rifle targets, like we do in my monthly match.
Well, I mean, I see at least 3 there. You
Oh
know what
yeah,
I mean?
there's two right up front. That's probably 100 and 150 yards, 125 yards, and then way out there across the water, you can see one in that cut. And so that'll be that'll be fine. And I
see 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I see 6. How many you say was out there?
there's 8.
Okay, I think I see 6. I don't know, I'm looking, but anyway.
But it'll be a good time either way, right? So, and I'm flying into Austin on Thursday. I'm bringing my 5-year-old son with me.
Nice.
Yeah. So he's not quite the gun bearer that my 15-year-old son is, but I'm sure he'll do the best he can. So, but it should be a good time. It's going to be great. I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be, I think, and this match plays my strengths. And now as Superstition, I was in the lower third. And normally I finish about mid-pack. I finish right around that 50 percentile mark, maybe a little higher. But Superstition, because I had so many penalties, running by targets, forgetting targets, or timing out.
Yeah.
Because
Dumbass. I said dumbass.
Dumbass. Yeah, because of that, I needed the last day to go really, really well. I had 2 stages left, and I needed to basically shoot those stages with no penalties and a medium quick time, and I tanked both stages. And it just is what it is, right?
Right.
So I didn't want to tank it, but I did. And so those 2 moved me, because up until day 2 at Superstition, I was still in that 50 percentile, maybe 50, a little lower, than 50, but not by much. And it dropped me down into that lower third after that last day, which was fine. It still, even that said, I finished high enough in my division that I did pretty well. I walked away with a lot of really cool prizes. But this is a different match, and I need to finish. I really need to finish in a top 50% at this match. This is a match that plays to my strengths. It's what I do, and so I hope to do exceptionally well at this match.
Right.
And we'll see. I've got to evaluate guns tomorrow. Right now, I'm basically going to take the same guns I took to Arizona, except for maybe the rifle. I've got to clean all the guns over the weekend, and I basically by Monday I want to have everything locked down, because I leave Thursday morning at like 5 a.m. again. So, it's tough, man. It's a rough life. It's a rough gig.
Mm-hmm.
But normally I have 2 or 3 weeks in between matches, but this time I only get 2 weeks. So, but yeah.
Right.
So what's new with you, man? What kind of gun prattle have you got?
Well, I got rid of 2.
No way.
Last weekend? Yeah. Yeah, I'd been threatening for a while to get rid of these, and it was time. And so I ended up, basically, I got rid of 2 and acquired 1. So,
Oh, well, I mean,
yeah. But, yeah, I got rid of a CZ85B.
okay. I could see you getting rid of that.
Which was pretty nice, and it had some nice blue, Shadow 2 grips on it, and whatever, but it just didn't really fit. I already had a 75 BD, and it went to a really good home. Met the guy. Turns out he's a huge like CZ fanboy, whatever. Got tons of them, and that's what he didn't have. So I'm like, wow, okay, cool. Didn't I know it's going to a good place, So it's totally okay with that one. And then I had a Smith & Wesson Model 15, and I'm a big Model 10 guy. I own quite a few variants of the Model 10. I mean, the Model 10 has been around since the hand ejectors essentially were Model 10s, up through the Victories, M&Ps, all of those, right?
Yeah.
Technically Model 10s. And so I've got multiple variants of Model 10s, and the only difference between a 15 and a 10 is the 15 has the actual rear sight
Instead of the tunnel.
Yeah, and I'm like, instead of a receiver groove. And so I'm like, it does it fit? It doesn't really fit. Like, I don't really need it. So I had wrestled getting rid of it. And it's a round butt, and it had like a Hogue grip on it that I didn't never care for. And grips are fairly expensive, decent looking grips and wood grips and whatever anyway. And so I was like, you know what? Let's get rid of it. So anyway, ended up trading it, believe it or not, for a full size CZ. Get rid of a CZ, get a CZ, right? But
Right.
traded that Model 15, I'm sorry, for a CZ P09 full size.
Oh, I love my P09.
Yeah, it's badass, dude. I love it.
I have my P09 is completely Cajunized. It's honestly, it's a badass gun.
Yeah, this was not that way. It's bone stock, but I took the trade on that. I was like, you know what? I'll do that, and I'm glad I did. I like it. Now it's an older model, so it's not optic cut, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that, I'm assuming the newer ones are optic cut. I was surprised that this one wasn't.
Did you see the Koleon War drama where he had talked about where this
The veteran?
the Vietnam, the veteran
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
was the veteran who was basically saying that that the AR was more powerful than the M16.
More powerful. Yeah. More deadly, maybe is what he was saying or something.
Yeah, and Koleon corrected him in I thought a very respectful way. And then
vet bros are real, Grid. Vet bros are real.
Yeah, and then a vet bro goes at Koleon about how he just doesn't know, and that the AR-15 was full auto, or could be had as a full auto, and blah blah blah. And Coleon did a response video yesterday, I think.
Yeah, he
and
burned that ass.
They burned that dude to the ground.
Yeah, he did.
And
he did. In the most polite, wonderful way ever. But he
burned him to the ground.
Yeah.
Because you just, it's like, come on, you have to know what's going on here. Like this is pretty standard stuff. And then
military guys don't though, man. I mean, no disrespect to, kind of like he said, no disrespect for what you've been through, and
well, all respect for what you've been through.
And like 100% not a problem, but that's your military career and your duty to the country, and that does not, I'm sorry, but that does not absolve you of being ignorant and a dumbass. And not everybody knows everything. Just because you went into the military doesn't mean you know everything about everything. And
I gotta be honest, man.
Most feel like when it comes to firearms, the problem is they feel like they do. They feel like because they've been in the military, that now they know everything about firearms. And that's like, no, you know about specific weapons that you dealt with, but you don't even, it's not even the tip of the iceberg on knowing about firearms. So,
I mean, it is interesting, and I found this to be true as well. Is like there are some like really high speed dudes in the military. I shoot with them all the time. I shot with the Marine Shooting Corps team, or the Marine Corps shooting team, and I've shot with the AMU. I've shot with like really really like badass military shooters, and at the same time I've also shot with guys who were in the military that couldn't shoot to save their ass. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like it's weird how people think that it's wrong. There's something wrong with not being able to do something that they've never practiced to do.
Right.
And what I hope that part of what I communicate in all of this is how much practice and how much time I put into doing this to be good at it. Now,
I want to back up for a second on the thing with Collins and say that this is my feels, right? Of course, but it is just based on experience. But I do feel like the vast majority of vets are fucking awesome, amazing, Freedom America individuals, right? And I think that's exaggerated a little bit. The bad ones are exaggerated because they get cherry picked. No doubt he cherry picked that one vet that stood up and said something totally fucking stupid, and then some other bro vet out there, it was cherry picked as well. Like that's not the fucking norm. Like I don't believe for a second that's the norm. I know way too many vets that are again awesome fucking people. So there's no way, and you do too, obviously, with shooting with them and
but I guess my
so that's the saving grace. That's the silver lining is a lot of people unfortunately will see that, and of course a lot of people stay locked up in their fucking mom's basement or whatever in their solitude, confinement, whatever the fuck, and they don't get out in the real world. They don't have actual friends, and they don't meet tons of people. And so they don't have that perspective that, hey, this is not every vet. It ain't even fucking close. Like this might be 1% or 2%, a few percent, but that's it. Now, I'm talking about rank and file. I'm not talking about high up brass. Fuck those guys, because most of those are libtards, right?
I think that's right.
Yeah.
So fair enough. I mean, I guess my takeaway from it was it was really apparent that while certainly the experience that fellow had lived through was horrible, and it stayed with him his whole life, and it's colored the way that he looks at things, but it's equally as obvious that he was being used and duped by by a leftist
or paid.
or paid. I wouldn't have
Right.
said that normally, but sure,
I
I'll
mean,
agree with you.
that's. I'm just saying, if we're throwing out possibilities,
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
like you can't discount that because it's for a fact being done.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. So what?
Not to say that he was paid to lie, but he could have very well been paid to make that emotional plea based on his personal experience and his traumatic stories.
Yeah. Okay.
And I don't know that I'd blame him for taking that fucking money, especially if he was already kind of left leaning anyway.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Why not?
So.
Yeah.
What else is new? You sold some guns. You bought some guns, or you bought a gun. What else is new? You've been busy, man. I've been trying to get a hold of you. Well, I haven't been really trying to get a hold of you, but
No,
you're just
No,
not
you
haven't been
hadn't.
around, man.
No, you hadn't. No, I've just been busy. What else? Dude, I am on, bit on my diet, whatever you want to call it thing.
Okay.
I am down. Today was a month, and I'm down about 22 pounds.
Wow. You're doing some version of keto, right?
I am doing GLP-2 peptides.
Okay.
And then also,
GLP-2
yes,
or
GLP-2.
GLP-1? I'm not
GLP-2.
familiar.
Yeah, GLP-2, which is like I don't want to say Manjaro because it's not, but
Right. Okay.
it's not Ozempic. So Ozempic
What's the
is
difference
GLP-1.
between the two?
So GLP-1. So first of all, when you start talking about Ozempic and Manjaro and retatrutide, which is the newest one that should be coming out for too long, what they call the GLP-3, what do they call it? The triple something. Anyway, those are compounds. Those are compounded, right? So they take the peptides and then they work other magic with them and shit, right? So it's much different than just the peptide itself. And there's tons and tons of peptides, and you don't have enough time in a podcast to go over that. And I'm not the foremost authority. I've done research and then through my doctor and other things, specifically for me, right? Let me say that right off the bat. But anyway, so the difference is the inhibitor, but basically the hunger inhibitors that it blocks, the higher you get up, GLP-1, 2, and 3, the more inhibitors are blocked, or it's more, yeah, you get what I'm saying. And then you've got, with GLP-2, you've got some anti-inflammatory properties there as well. And then when you get up into GLP-3, which I've been considering moving into GLP-3, it gets into a metabolism booster. Because one thing that happens if you start running caloric deficits, which is what I've been doing, I've been running some pretty massive caloric deficits, and I actually hit a wall. And in order to get through that wall, I had to pay a little less attention to the caloric deficit and up my protein. In other words, I was okay going a little bit past that deficit if I was getting high protein for doing it, right? And that kicked me back off, and I started losing a little bit again. But
So you were in a caloric deficit.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't actually losing weight because of it?
I was at first. So
okay.
I lost about 18-ish pounds.
Okay.
Between 18 and 20. I'm down about 22, 23 now.
Okay.
But I lost about, I'd say 18 to 20. And I was consistent with losing. And then I got into 2 or 3 days that there was nothing. Right. And I did not go crazy out to eat big meals. Like, I didn't break any habits. Right. That's one cool thing is I've established some pretty awesome habits over the last month. But, so I wasn't breaking any of that. You know what I mean? I just hit a wall. And, so because of that, I was like, okay, what am I going to do? I've got to switch something up. And I was running pretty major caloric deficit, still am.
Right.
And so I had plenty of room to bump up a little bit. And I think, okay, I'm going to bump up a couple hundred calories but I'm going to make sure that for those couple hundred calories, I'm getting the max amount of protein out of those I could possibly squeeze in, right? So we're talking, 60 grams of protein out of, out of a couple hundred minimum, out of a couple hundred calories. A third, trying to get about a third of the protein out of it. But anyway, back to the GLP-3, the compounding that I was talking about.
Yeah.
So the GLP-3 has your inhibitors and everything, and it has all the anti-inflammatory and stuff like that. But then it adds a metabolism. I don't want to use the word booster because that's really not right. What happens is as you run a caloric deficit and as you're losing weight, and a lot of people hit a wall because of this, your body is designed to not die, to not starve. And so what happens is your body goes, fuck it, we're not going to burn any calories, right?
Yeah.
And so that's metabolism. It slows your metabolism, and it's the BMR, biometric resting or whatever, something like that. And there's a calculation. I won't get into the numbers, but there's a way you can calculate that for yourself. But what happens is that drops, basically. It's your metabolism drops. And so what that does, the third compound, the one I'm thinking about moving into, is it also inhibits those receptors. So in other words, it puts the kibosh on your body, on your metabolism dropping, basically. It turns that trigger off or whatever.
Right. Okay.
So
right.
to help you get that a little further. So yeah, I've learned a lot, man, in the last month over a lot of stuff.
I'd never heard of GLP. I knew about GLP-1. I've never heard of GLP-2 or GLP-3.
Right. Well, I mean, there's multiple names for stuff, and then when you're dealing with the peptide compounds, a lot of people do I forget the numbers. There's so many. But like a lot of people, Rogan is one that's real big on like the Wolverine stack. And that's 2 different peptides. I can't remember what, like it's not 357 because that's a gun, but it's like 351 or I don't remember what it is, but that's a really popular one. But it's more of a healing factor. Matter of fact, folks that use that will typically do site injection. They'll inject that wherever, like if they have knee pain, they'll inject it into their knee or, whatever, that type of thing. Shoulder pain, they'll inject it straight into the shoulder. So a little bit different. Right?
Okay.
But I will say this, don't get me wrong, I don't attribute the peptides to, I'm doing peptides and that's why I lost weight. I'm in a caloric deficit. It's a matter of the fucking math, right?
Right.
If you want to lose weight, you eat less than you fucking burn, and you lose weight.
That's what I did. I was like, that's what I did.
The peptides.
You've seen how little I eat over the course
The peptides help it suck a little less, but that's really all they're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. I had not heard of any of that, so I mean, I'm learning stuff, right? So, I actually am supposed to get because I'm still having trouble with my back, and I've got to, and this is actually because I carry all of the stuff on me. So you have to think about it. When I start a stage, like I'll start that 3-gun stage with a rifle, a loaded rifle. A loaded rifle magazine, probably 30 rounds of 12 gauge and a chest rig and a belt caddy, 5 loaded pistol mag. Well, between 4 and 5 loaded pistol mags, a pistol, and the belt gear itself. So it's probably right at about 25 pounds of gear.
Yep.
Right. So, I mean, 4 loaded pistol mags is 100 rounds of ammunition. Right. That's not not insignificant.
Nope.
And a rifle mag. So we were just talking about, and that's actually why I started the whole weight loss thing to start with, is because I knew that I was going to get back into this year. And I knew also, because the way I hurt myself before is I was only like 10 or 15 pounds heavier than I am now. When I started losing weight, I was 40 pounds heavier than I am now. And
Right.
just, the amount of damage that you do to your body being that heavy, and then having all of the weight on you as well.
Right.
The amount of damage that's possible is pretty, it's pretty rough. And
Right.
so I, basically I was like, I'm not gonna do this. Right. Like I've got to drop the weight. And I did it by working out and cutting a lot of calories.
Well,
And
once you start understanding calories and you start understanding that BMR, here's what's interesting. And I'm not telling people don't work out, because I go to the gym when I can.
right.
In fact, the gym membership came out of the fucking credit card today. But working out is maybe 10 or 15% of your calorie burn in a day. Like, maybe. The vast majority is your body trying to stay alive, and it's just normal movement, normal shit. The vast majority, 60 some odd percent easy, right? And then you got probably another 10% that's repair. And then you got another maybe 5% that is actually digesting food. So depending on the food you eat can help you actually burn calories. You can burn calories while you're eating. That's kind of like lettuce, for example. You'll starve to death eating lettuce.
Yeah,
Because
well,
there's not enough fucking calories in lettuce to offset the burn of digestion of lettuce.
Right.
Which is super interesting.
Yeah. Have you heard about how? And I'll probably cover this on Friday night show. But have you heard about how the people died doing the rabbit diet? Because rabbit's like a super lean meat,
Mhm.
and it's there's not a ton of fat in it, and people were eating just rabbit and no other meat and really not a lot of vegetables, and they weren't getting enough fat in their diet that they ended up several of them died.
Good fat is important. It's very important.
I always thought that was a very interesting thing.
Yeah, good fat is important. And actually, even keto. My wife has been big on keto. I run a fairly keto-esque diet, but part of that is not the carbs, right? It's not that I'm counting carbs necessarily. It's that I'm looking at the macros. I'm looking at, okay, for these calories, what am I getting? And your pastas, your breads, your things like that. There's just way too many carbs and not enough other things for the calories that you're getting. That's my issue. So carbs don't scare me if they're the right kind of carbs, I guess. That's what I'm saying. So like I've got Sara Lee makes a bread, a whole wheat bread that is a delight. It's called Delightful, and it's 45 calories a slice. And you can essentially have a ham sandwich with double ham for about 130-ish, 140-ish calories.
So just curious, because I actually do track a lot of the calories when I'm, especially when I'm competing, when I'm doing when I'm at a match, I'm really paying attention to how many calories I'm going through, right? And basically where I'm at, what I think I've burned. And actually my watch gives me a pretty good idea about what I burned, and then how much I think that, I need for the next day to keep everything even. Right. Because I have before, because I do operate typically in a calorie deficit. So I need, right around 1,250, 1,500 calories a day.
Yeah, that's about right, because that's about what I need to live, just for your body.
Just going on. That's
Same.
not running around like an idiot carrying
That's your
40 pounds
BMR.
of gear.
That's what I'm talking about with your BMR and mine too.
Right.
With my age, with my weight, you take your weight,
And-
your height. There's an equation for it, but you take basically your age, your height, and your weight, and there's an equation you plug that into that gives you that number. And mine's right around 1,500, not accounting for anything else. Just that. So what I've said, it's a math game for those out there looking to lose weight. You need to figure that out, and that's your minimum.
Right.
Don't go, or maximum, I should say. Don't go over that. Period.
Right.
No matter what else you do, don't go over that with calories.
Yeah. So if I'm
that's a
really,
goal
really
anyway.
bad. I'm really, really bad, especially on like at matches, like when I was in Arizona. I generically did not eat breakfast before the match. I would have, I'd have like a protein bar, or I would have,
That would be
something like that.
Yeah, that's
Sorry?
fine. As long as you're getting protein. Yeah, you'd be good. Protein bar is good. Yeah.
I would have a protein bar and a bunch of water and maybe a Gatorade or something like that. And then I would go,
and a protein bar is good.
and then I would go out to eat after, so I'd shoot a whole match, burn a ton of calories. Walking, I was hitting, somewhere around, 10,000 steps, 12,000 steps a day. It's 106 degrees out. I'm burning way more. And so I'm at like, and then I would go to, in the evening, I would go to Red Robin, because that was a restaurant next to the hotel. And I would have like the first night I had a hamburger. And when I order a hamburger, it's a hamburger patty and cheese with maybe lettuce and mustard. And I don't care about the bun too much. I'm okay with it. And I would eat that. And then and then every day was like that. The second day I had chicken. The third day I think I had another hamburger.
Well,
so my total calories. So if you figure the protein bar was probably, it's maybe
a couple hundred,
but more like 100, 150.
Most of them are 100, because believe me, I just ordered a case of some protein bars that I like.
Mine are 200. I got the box right there. So they're 200 calories on the protein bar. The hamburger's like 500, right? Most hamburgers.
I would wager that hamburger was more than any 500, but
let's say. Well, I'm just curious.
A Big
now
Mac.
You got me thinking about it, because I was
just a Big Mac is like hamburger meat is high. I eat a lot of. I've told you I'm looking at calories versus the protein, and
so they range from 700 to 1,400 for the burger alone.
Yeah.
And most of their signature options fall between 800 and 1,100 calories. But I was ordering a plain cheeseburger. So
but your tomatoes and shit like that, you're not adding much with that.
I don't add any of that. I literally meat, cheese, bun.
The meat is where a ton of the calories. Well, the meat and the bread. Yeah, but mostly the meat. So, I would say out of that 800, I would say.
So I guess I was actually getting close to my. Yeah, I was probably getting my good. I was getting close to what I needed per day, but not bad.
What I hear with that is very hard, a very hard cycle to break, and it's what most people do. Most people barely eat a breakfast, they barely eat a lunch, and then they eat a nice dinner. And that's okay every now and then. Don't get me wrong, but it's completely opposite, in my opinion, of what your body is doing at specific times, because you have that meal, and then shortly after you have that meal, you go to bed. And the problem is you have a big meal, especially if it's carb heavy,
big meal,
or if it's carb heavy or fat heavy, then that's problematic. So like the evening needs to be when you're really packing the protein, because it takes your body longer to burn to burn through. You burn more calories processing the protein, so that overnight, and you need protein for repair too. So overnight, when your body is doing its thing, it's got the protein to repair, plus it's burning more energy while you're sleeping, not only doing the repair, but burning the protein in order to do the repair. So I've kind of swapped it up, and I try to eat, if I'm going to eat anything bigger, I try to do that, middle part, early part, middle part of the day, rather than, a few hours or so before bedtime.
Yeah.
Another
I mean,
thing,
it kind of was the middle of my day, but still,
and you
yeah,
were,
I get it.
well, yeah, depending on what time it is. Yeah, you just said the evening, I think. So it just depends.
Well, I mean, I was getting back to the hotel both days. Well, so the first day I got back to the hotel, so I shot in the morning. So I was done at 1:00, and I probably ate around 4:00, and I was in bed by like 9:30, 10:00.
yeah.
So
The
the keep it simple burger I had was 686 calories according to Red Robin. So
okay.
between that and the protein bar, and I had a few fries, I probably put down right at 1,000, maybe 1,200 calories for the day.
Fries are killer, and it sucks because I love fries. But fries are killer, dude. And what's bad is
The
potatoes
steak
are
fries
actually
are 330 calories all by themselves.
yeah.
Crazy?
Potatoes are actually good.
Yeah.
It's just the delivery. It's how they're done, and fries suck.
Yeah.
Like mashed potatoes, you're fine. If they're roasted or something, they're fine. You did good in the morning. One of the things to keep in mind with morning is early. You don't want a lot of fats early. That's another thing too. You do not want your.
Well, I typically don't eat in the morning. I don't even want to eat in the morning. I'm like, I got too much to do.
Yeah.
So I typically I typically eat like once. I typically eat once a day, maybe twice if I'm like really pushing the envelope.
I'm eating small amounts multiple times, but I've also figured out, and I'm a month in. That's where I was talking about building good habits. In that, I don't eat a lot. Like I could be satisfied with easily half of what a month ago I could sit down, you know what I mean, and eat.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, about half of that. There's things that I have fixed. I've sat down and fixed it. I did a Philly. It was a Philly burger, but it was some of the pre-packaged stuff from Walmart in the frozen section. You just throw it on a flat iron and cook it. Philly meat, and threw a piece of provolone cheese on a keto bun. 300-ish maybe calories in that. And it's not a big, you've seen those keto buns, they're not huge, and it's just one serving of the Philly meat, but and one slice of provolone, and I got maybe 3/4 of the way through it and threw the rest of it away. I was like, I just can't eat the rest of it. Like I can't eat the rest of it,
Yeah, I get that.
which is a good place to be. If you embrace the suck long enough to get there, that's the problem.
Yeah. My problem is like yesterday, for example, because I got back, I got back from Florida the night before. We got in late. I didn't really eat before I went to bed. And then I got up yesterday and I had, I think I had like a protein bar, like a, maybe, and probably a soda, probably like a Coke Zero or something like. I don't know what I had, but But I ended up at the end of the day, I was like, I haven't eaten today.
Right.
Like I haven't eaten at all, and I was like, I'm just going to have a snack and go to bed because there's no point in eating this late. Like I'm just not up for it.
Yeah.
So,
protein bars are a good one.
Yeah, I like the pure protein bars, and I like the Bear Bells protein bars. They're pretty.
I'll
good.
do. I got the Quest. I got the Quest birthday cake. I like those.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll do. In fact, once we get out here, I'll probably do it. I'll have a. One thing I will do. sometimes this snack at night is I'll pop a little thing of popcorn and then I got some seasoning that is a protein
Hmm.
base seasoning. Uh, I forgot like 20 fucking grams or something of protein. It adds to just a little, and we're talking about not in the bag. Fuck that shit.
Right.
If you are a man and you're eating bag popcorn, that's one of the worst things in the world. Microwave bag popcorn that a man can eat. That shit is toxic to men.
Huh. I don't know that I've had.
It's bad. It's bad.
I
I've
don't
had
know
a
that I've had that.
I've had an
popcorn.
old school, you know, the popper that's got the bowl that sits on top and it pops and you flip it over type thing. I bought one of those probably a couple years back, and I was like,
Mhm.
"Fuck this!" When I researched and looked into microwave popcorn, and it's like, "Holy shit!" And it's mainly the bag and all that's cooking in. Is the problem? Is the seed oils? No, the seed oils and the bag that is cooking it. And I'll do popcorn. I'll put a little bit of butter in the bowl thing and or the popper and my little scoop, whatever it is. I think it's a quarter cup, you know, of popcorn in there, and that's it. You
Yeah.
know, and then season it when it comes out.
Interesting. Yeah, I haven't. I probably, you know, I don't think I've. Yeah, I don't know that I've really gotten that into it.
But popcorn is pretty nutrient barren.
Right. I think that's why, because I just don't.
It's
It just
pretty
doesn't.
neutral.
Like,
It's
I
not
just don't.
lettuce. Yeah, it's not lettuce neutral or whatever, but I mean,
Yeah.
you don't get a lot, and especially if you don't eat a lot, like it's not super carb heavy or anything like that in any type of moderation. And then that's where I add the protein powder, and it really offsets. But another uh, another thing, talking about corn, is the last couple nights I've had tacos, and my wife thought I was nuts because I got some of the little street taco corn tortillas, and I could have like 4 of those is 100 calories. And she's like, "Why don't you do why aren't you doing the low carb, the carb zero tortillas or whatever?" And I'm like, "Have you looked at the fucking calories on those? Like, the calories are, yeah, okay, there are no carbs, but holy shit at the calories, you know? I can
Right.
have 4 of these for what for less than what I gotta have one of that one. Like, why would I do that?
Sure.
You know, a little bit of cheese, a little bit of grilled chicken, and have some chicken tacos.
There you go. So what else have I mean, so you've dropped some weight, which is good. Which is good. Support that. What else is going on?
Well, we got NRA in a couple of weeks, so we got that. So got to be trying to gear up for that. I got semi sorta invited to a range day before that, or the day of that, actually.
Yeah, I've got to get the GunCon stuff sorted out. I never
Right.
did email that guy. I was kind of waiting, based on the last
Sure.
conversation we had about it.
You can also get a ticket. I think if you use my code, you get like 20% off or something, and the tickets aren't that high, so you could always do that. Nothing else, but
Well, that's kind of. I mean, it's kind of a principle of the thing now.
Yeah.
Like what why are you being this way, man?
Yeah.
So,
But anyway, so the NRA thing is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and this range day is on Saturday. And all they said was, "Hey, we're doing a range day, close to NRAM on the 18th. Are you interested in coming?" And so I had to reply back, and I'm like, "Look, that's literally one of the days of the show. Like, I've got, pretty tight schedule and commitments and other things. I need more information. Like, where is this at? What time is it?" And so I don't know if they'll give me that information without making a commitment or not. But if they don't, fuck them, because like, who do they think I am? Like, I'm Clover Jack,
Right.
bitch.
right.
I can't. Nobody can make a decision if they don't have the information. Like, come on. If it was the day before, it'd be one thing. I'd be like, okay, I'm fucking there. If it was the day after, it'd be like, okay, I'm fucking there, right? Even if it was on the Sunday, right, of the show, because that's only like a partial day.
Right.
They close the exhibit hall early, but even if it was there, I'd be like, yeah, okay. But yeah, Friday or Saturday, that's the two fucking busy days. So like, come on, I need more info. But there's that. Brother-in-law worked on the roof of my man cave today. It'd been needing some work for a while, and so he got that knocked out. So now I've got work I can do inside on this fucker.
Cool. Well, you sound busy. You sound really busy.
Yeah. And I've got, what have I got in that I've still got to? I worked with that High Point large format pistol today. So video, all the filming and stuff is complete with it. I finished that up. I've got the Canic Mete Prime. That's a badass fucking handgun.
Yeah.
I've got it. I got to get on that one. I've got the Mac IX, which is the sort of like a MP5 lower with a AR upper, for lack of better description. I've got that one. I got to do some stuff with. I've still got this Umarex Zelos air rifle. I got some more stuff I need to do with it. Damn, I don't even know, dude. Of course, I've got the podcast still going and the whatever, and busy.
Yeah.
Busy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, man, it's a good problem to have, I guess.
Yeah, what you gonna do? Yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
Still have it. You know, we talked about the Mustang and the fucking around with it. I think it's still sitting where we talked last. I haven't cut a hole, fixed a fuel pump, nothing on it. So
And done anything?
I've got that. I've still got to fuck with. So yeah, lots to do, man. Lots to do.
Well, I mean, sounds normal. I guess.
Something that I did get today that was a game changer. So, you know, I run for my FPV cam stuff, I run the Insta360 Go 3S.
Yep. I've got one too.
So the mount that comes with that, mounts on your cap, works great. I figured out I could flip that down and it does better, but it's horizontal.
Right.
And so, you know, you got to pay attention to where you're at, you know, where you're looking and where it's pointed, and you got to crop it, you know, when you're done, and you got to do all this other shit if you want vertical. And that's primarily what I wanted it for, was vertical anyway, the FPV part anyway.
Right.
And so, I kicked myself in the ass because a couple nights ago, I ordered it. It came in today. A couple nights ago, I found a cap mount for that, for the module, you know, that will rotate. So you can rotate it vertical. And it come in today, and I threw that bitch on and rotated it where the camera lens was low, right? Because obviously if you rotate it vertical, camera lens can either be high or it can be low. Turn it at 180.
Sure.
And when I turn that thing, put it on my cap upside down, turn the thing to the bottom, it is way more in my plane of view, and way more centered to my eyes than having it up a little bit higher and horizontal. And it works great, like amazing. So if you've got that Insta360 Go 3S and you want a much easier way to do vertical FPV, fuck, like it's $13 on Amazon or some shit. Like it's cheap.
I'll get you to send me the link at some point.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
You know, so my biggest issue with the Insta is the DJI camera I have is really cool because it allows me to basically download everything to a micro SD card, and then I can just plug that into my computer, and it's like super easy.
Right.
The Insta has been a pain in the ass so far, mainly because it's the app for Windows is kind of clunky. It takes a while to download. It's just not as it's just not as clean, I guess, is if I were
So
to,
yeah, so I never had the software or the app or played around with that prior to
Yeah.
having the Mac.
Yeah.
I would just plug it in and suck the, plug it in USB, suck the
Yeah.
video off and edit and do what I needed to do.
Sure.
But I did get the app, the software, whatever. I put it on the Mac. Fucking awesome, by the way, because I accidentally filmed in the super wide view bullshit warped looking thing with it. And if you put all that into the software, you can switch formats on it on the fly in the software, which is really cool because that means you don't lose or have to refilm anything. It'll convert it, like instantly fucking convert it. But I'm still transferring basically the same way. I just plug into my dock, and then pull all that over, and I don't have a problem. But this Mac, that's another thing with this is holy shit at how fast it transfer files. Like now, if I put a really old hard drive hook up to it, you know what I mean? It doesn't, it's fast, but it's not as fast. But if you do anything modern and plug into it, like super fast. I mean, it's pulling like a gig every maybe 20 seconds or something. So I mean, in like just a couple of minutes, you can pull 15, 20 gigs or something.
Sure. Yeah.
So
I mean, that's.
But I think it's the power of Mac. There's a lot of that.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, so like, I haven't had any problems so far with it, except that the software, the software is clunky, and I don't like that. So maybe I will just start, hooking it up with the USB and just basically downloading the files directly.
And it's got Wi-Fi too, so I mean you can.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi seems.
You can set everything up and go that way, but the transfer is not going to be as quick. So I mean, if you're filming, and I film on my Insta360. I actually filmed. Have I already released that video? Yeah, the last video that I dropped, the vast majority of that footage, where the camera was still, that was filmed, I guess, pretty much all either on the Insta360 or with my drone. I did not even use my phone once to film on that video. And what I was getting at was that on that Insta360, I film all in 4K. Well, I didn't before the Mac because, like, oh my God, I had a badass gaming laptop and shit. Like, it just drug it down. This Mac don't give a fuck that it's 4K. It does not care. Like, it's just as fast with it as anything else. And so I'm like, well, fuck it. I'm going to film in 4K because that allows me to crop. I don't have to worry so much about framing when I set the camera up, right? Or when I send the drone up, or when if I film all that in 4K, I can crop that easily 50% and not lose any resolution by doing it. You know what I mean? Because I'm filming in 4K, the files are bigger, considerably. And so plugging it in is just better because it's faster.
Yeah.
For those bigger
That
files.
might be my problem too, is I am doing everything in 4K. And so maybe the app doesn't like it on the computer. I don't know. I'll figure it out. It's not that big a deal.
Right.
So, yeah. Cool. Lots of cool stuff going on.
Lots of cool stuff going on.
So,
yep, life's been good to me so far.
yeah, for sure. Well, I think I'm going to get out of here. I've had enough gun prattle for one night, and it's been awesome having everybody in.
Health prattle, tech prattle, and all kinds of other
Yeah, a
prattle.
little bit of tech prattle. I'm going to have to look into that just so I know what it is. The 2 and 3. I've never heard of GLP 2 and 3.
Yeah, I would have to get you, and I'll Discord you or something. I'll have to get with my wife because she's got the website thing and all that.
Yeah. I've never heard of that, but I mean, I'm just kind of trying to understand what's going on there. USB has limits. The port, cable, and drivers all must be specific to there. Apple has unified memory RAM, unlike PC, which needs VRAM on each GPU. Yeah, interesting.
Yep.
At any rate, yeah, I had never heard of any of that stuff. I'm looking forward to this match. We'll be talking more about it as things go on. Tomorrow, I'm headed to the range to do some testing. Also, my son has so I shoot my match next weekend, not this coming weekend, but the following weekend, and then the weekend after that, he actually shoots his first clays tournament of the year.
Nice.
And and we're really
So
hoping.
what are they? Is it multi-event or one specific game, or what are they?
So they're talking about this year. So the past 2 years, that's interesting, by the way. So the past 2 years, they have done it all: trap, skeet, and sporting clays. And they'll shoot 5-stand, and they'll shoot super sporting, and basically they've entered everything. Where in the past, they've only shot skeet. They didn't even really shoot trap. They only shot skeet. And I think it makes them better shooters to shoot it all. And it's not that much more. It's not that much more money to shoot everything than to not, other than ammo, right? Obviously, ammunition cost goes up, but the per event cost, or the per event cost doesn't change anything. This year, they're talking about really honing in again on just trap and skeet. No sporting clays, no super sporting, no doubles trap, no double skeet, just skeet and trap.
Wow.
And because what they're really trying to do is they're trying to go for medals. Right?
Well, and I get it, because especially skeet's one of those games.
Yeah.
Skeet is muscle memory.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fucking nothing more than muscle memory.
Yeah.
And you have to shoot skeet all the time to develop that and keep that muscle memory.
Right.
And so if you're switching it up and doing one and doing the other and doing one, you're never going to be probably as good as you could otherwise. That said, there's nothing to me more fun than sporting clays. I like the courses. I like the various stages. That's my game.
So practice-wise, they only shoot skeet and occasionally trap.
Yeah.
Because skeet is the harder game. And so if you shoot skeet well, you're going to shoot trap well, right? And if and sporting clays is just hard in and of itself, and so and you can't really practice for sporting clays other than just go shoot.
Well, I can tell you now that one of the best practices for hunting clays, and you got to be in a position and a place to do it, is hunting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that.
If you're able to hit real birds, then sporting clays in that environment. If sporting clays don't jump and bob and weave like a real bird.
They do that. So they had a practice.
Some of them do.
They had a practice. Now, brother, they had a practice the first practice they had, and I happened to be there. It was a Monday. It was not. Yeah, maybe it was last Monday, because I had just gotten off the plane at like 5 a.m. I was pretty tired, and I go to their first practice of the year, and so. My son's up there and he shoots pretty well. He was actually at the sharp end of the stick, which is good. And he ought to be, because we had his shotgun fit to him. He's got the glasses that are right. I mean, everything is right.
What's he running again?
He runs a Browning 725 Satori, but it's been worked by a guy named Todd Nelson, the
Right.
country gentleman gun fitter. So it's been gun fit to him.
Yeah.
And with all the stock adjustments and the comb and it's all dialed in to my son. So that's actually been a big deal. I think that's really helped him out a lot. And
fit and vision. That's two things.
Yeah.
If you want to know whether or not you need glasses,
yeah,
shotgunning is the way to find that out.
yeah.
I can promise you.
And so their first practice was very frustrating for everybody because nobody shot over 20 out of 25.
Right. Now,
20 out of 25. So
what was this?
Sporting or skeet.
Skeet.
So
Yeah.
skeet.
Yeah.
So they have all the positions.
And those were probably all in center positions somewhere, probably.
No. They from every position. They actually shoot a round of skeet for practice.
No, I'm talking about, you said they hit like 20.
Oh, no. So nobody hit more than 20. Most of them were hitting 14, 17,
That's
16.
what I'm saying. The ones they hit were probably center positions somewhere.
Usually end.
Really?
Because they're going, they're
straight
coming
on in a way. Yeah, more like trap. Yeah, that's
when
true.
you're doing it.
That's
Yeah. So, at any rate, but the problem that everyone was having is the wind was murderous. And you could watch this clay come out and it would be a perfect arc and the wind would catch it and it would push it down 5 feet or it would push it up 5 feet. And like, it was, these kids were going like they're calling their shot. They know they got it and it's not, and they're not hitting it. And so they were getting really frustrated. So they came out the next day, less wind, some wind, but less. And, like my son shot a 21 and a 23, I think 21 or 22. And so he was the high shooter for the day, but everybody shot better. And then the third day of practice, last week before spring break, they had, he shot in the height, he shot over 20, both because they only have time to do two rounds for practice. And so he shot, I think, a 21 and a 23 or 22 and 21 or something I forget what it was. And, but everybody shot about in the 20s. And so but the thing is that there wasn't a lot of wind.
Yeah.
And so I told my son, I'm like, I know that you really like practicing without the wind, but you need to practice when it's windy like that, because you can't predict what you're going to have in the tournament. So if it's windy at the tournament and you're not practicing in the wind, you're not going to understand. You're not going to be able to react when it takes a dive.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm about to buy him a training gadget called a shot cam that has a crosshair in it that mounts under the barrel of the gun. And it basically, when he shoots, it takes a picture. It's shooting video the whole time, but it takes a picture the instant it feels the recoil. So you have an idea where the crosshair is versus where the clay is. So
I'll tell you another good one too, for it, and you can use it for way many more things than that, is the Mantis X10 Elite.
Mantis X10 Elite.
Yeah, it does. Now it's a gyro, so it picks up movement and whatnot. So your swing, your follow through, that sort of stuff. It'll even pick up on the recoil, and so it works. You can mount it on a handgun, you can mount it on a rifle.
Yeah,
I use it on my bow. I love it for fucking archery because it picks up a cant on a bow. If you're canting the bow left and right and all that. It's fucking awesome. Like I can draw and I can shoot arrows with it, and it'll tell me, hey, you're dropping your arm. I can look at the history. It'll put it all in a graph for you on the app. It's pretty amazing, but it's not like the cam. I would say that in conjunction with a cam would be fucking awesome, because if you were off, you could look at the cam and then you could make the correlation with that data and the data from the X10 Elite and go, oh, I dropped my arm, or you would be able to tell what you did,
Right.
in that situation, or how you reacted, right? You'd be able to actually tell without having to try to remember. Because that's the thing is, you go through and you're really trying to dial in and hone in. Like, do you really remember?
Right. Well, that's why I want
Like,
a camera on there
I
because
can't tell you the number of kids they shot and something be off, and I'm like, what happened? Right.
Yeah.
And then they couldn't tell me.
that's my son exactly. And this is
Well,
something that just
the
drives
the
me.
extent elite, brother, I'm telling you, because it'll be on there on the graph and you can see it, and he won't
Well,
even
that's
have
the
to
same. Yeah, that's with the shot cam as well. And that's the thing that drives me crazy is he just I can literally he and I can have a conversation about how he needs to he needs to do this, he needs to do that. He will be like, yep, got it, know it, understand, everything's great. And then he will not if I ask him, hey man, where did you pull the trigger? How much of a lead did you have on that bird? He won't be able to tell me. And that's why I'm like, I want a shot cam because I need to know what he's doing. And it'll help him so much to be able to visualize what's going on.
Dude, if he's in the 20s, consistently, and it ever clicks, and that's one of the things that I see with shotgunners, right? With kids I've seen over the years, is they're decent, but it just hasn't clicked yet.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, no,
and if it ever clicks, then they're on. But that just takes time and practice and what have you. They come to it in their own time, it seems like. And some never do. I'm that way. I suck at shot. I love it, but I suck at it. It's never clicked with me. But I'm more of a precision guy, and that's a 180-degree opposite game.
Yeah.
Shotgun's reaction and muscle memory is all it is.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
Has any of the kids shot a perfect game yet?
No, I mean, so we've got a couple of guys that have like on our team, nobody has a 100 yet. There's a couple of guys that have 50 straight. I think we might have one kid that got close to 100.
Well, that's a perfect round. They've had a perfect round then, right?
No, round is 100.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a perfect 100. But there are guys out there that have 200 targets straight. Like these guys. I mean, it's crazy how serious some of these kids are.
What's fun is when you get somebody that does that, you take their cap off, throw it in the air, and everybody shoots it. So.
Yes, yeah, that's it. Yeah, so they did. One of the kids did get a perfect 100, I think, in practice or at a maybe he got it at one of the just a fun match, right?
Yeah. Fundraiser thing or something.
Yeah, and they shot his hat, but I think it was in practice actually.
Right.
He got a perfect 100, and or maybe
that's
it was a perfect 50 or whatever.
I've never gotten one, but that's a pretty cool trophy to have. Several of our kids back in the day, we did that.
Yeah.
They got it.
Yeah, same deal, man. But it it is what it is. I mean, I wish that I wish that and obviously you can't do this with your kids, right? But I wish that he had taken it more seriously when he was a little bit younger. And built that muscle memory and that sort of thing, because now he's starting to really take it seriously. But I think he realizes that he wasted all that time.
Got behind the 8 ball, yeah.
And he just didn't take it seriously. He was just having fun with his buddies. He was talking and all that. So yeah. But
it's got to be fun too, though. There's
it has to be fun.
Shooting sports, it has to be fun. Like. I always say that it said, we'd bring new kids in, or we would have a meet and greet to recruit or whatever, and I'll be like, safety's number one, or maybe I was even doing a coach's training, but, I always said safety's number one. That's paramount. There's no doubt about that. But a very, very close second, it's having fun. Like everything else, we'll work through everything else. But those two things gotta be there.
Right. Yeah. Well, all right, man. I'm gonna get out of here. Everybody, the 3 or 4 people that are left, I really appreciate you hanging around. I will be back tomorrow, probably at some point, I may do a show tomorrow. I don't normally do Thursday days. I've got a debate tomorrow night, which I kind of talked about earlier today. And then Friday, we'll have the Friday night show, and it'll be great. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we'll have a great time as well. And in the meantime, everybody be cool. And, we'll see you guys at the next gun prattle. And good night, Clover Tack. Have a good
Be
one.
good. Holler if you need me. Bye.
Well, I will. See ya. See you, everybody.